Welcome to the Overcomers of Relapse podcast. I am D, your host. This is episode 2 of season 8 of my podcast. So welcome to all listeners out there. Hey, I have been on a short vacation, and you know what they say, you need a vacation after that vacation. It's great to be back and share this experience with you. We will start off each podcast episode with a great, and I do mean a great meditation track. Man, I personally really do enjoy this track. Listeners from all over have expressed they love it as well. It really helps relieve the tension and stress we all deal with in our everyday busy lives. So come on, sit back and enjoy. I will be right back with today's topic and discussion. So, relax. Place all life problems and concerns on pause. Let's take a flight on angel wings. Enjoy. Man, I tell you, I don't know about you, but I needed that. That meditation track does it for me every time. And I hope it has the same effect on you. Now, before we get started with today's topic, I just want to mention again that I am offering a service called Ask D. This is a service that is on YouTube that will allow listeners to ask questions on any topic we have discussed on the podcast or any questions that, hey, you just may have in general. Also, please, I would like listeners to leave comments or questions in comment section of Ask D YouTube segments. My credentials to answering questions are based on me being a certified life coach, and I am more than happy to share answers from my views, expertise, and education. Hey, and with the audience listening and participating, hey, giving the opportunity to give each other advice from each other to each other. This may give us a solution concerning any matters to anyone's problems. And who knows, you may be the one with a better answer. So please come on and join me. Hey, now let's get started with today's topic. I just want to put this out there right from the beginning. This podcast is not only pertaining to relapse as far as drugs, alcohol, or any other addiction. We are open to all topics. However, our main topic is why do we have addictive behaviors and how can we overcome them? On episode 2 of season 8, I would like to use for a topic, the fight is on. Yes, the fight is on. Now, I came up with the idea of this topic for a podcast because of a recent question I received on my Ask D segment, and I just received it not too long ago, which if you listen out for it, I will be giving an answer. The question reminded me of a movie I seen years ago. Now, I'm not sure what the title was. However, in the movie, the main character would have an angel on one shoulder, and I guess a demon or a devil on the other shoulder. The character in the movie, when it came to him making a decision in his life, before he could even come to any conclusion, the angel and the devil would give their input, and the argument would be between the angel and the devil. And the poor guy would just be standing there in between the two of them and would have a difficult time deciding whose directive input he would act on. Now, during the movie, the character realized that the angel had the best advice, of course. However, for some crazy reason, he would always end up listening to the devil on his shoulder, because the devil would make his point sound more convincing and attractive to his own intentions. Okay, I got a feeling by now that you have an idea where I am going with this. I cannot even begin to describe how often this happens with an individual that suffers from the disease of addiction abuse. Now, with that being said, I have to make the statement that it occurs with everyday people in our everyday lives. You see, in my opinion, we tend to battle with each other as people who are just trying their best just to be people, but they are subject to being human just like you. This means we are all made of flesh. It is easy for us all to make mistakes, fall, rise again, and triumph. This is why it is so important that we as people understand that forgiveness, letting go, and most of all, make our number one priority to walk and act in the spirit of unconditional love for each other in spite of all of our shortcomings. Now, trust me, I know this is not at all an easy task. You have to consider or take into consideration that we all tend to examine each other's flaws from our own perspective and not from a source of pure love. See, life is like a chess game to me. Now, this is just my own way of processing what really goes on behind the scene. So please, just stay with me here. Let me break this down. So, let's imagine that the earth is the chessboard. The two kings on opposite sides, one is good and one is evil. The pawns on the board are most people that are used or use strategies, but the imagination capability of them or spirituality of them is very limited. Now, the knights are angels and demons, or angels and devils, whichever you prefer. Now, they are essential and necessary for the balance of the game. Now, here's the piece that has the capability to suffer but overcome, because it has been given the power to change its course. Make a bad move one moment, but make a great move the next turn, with strategically knowing that it will pay off down the road. I am referring to the queen, the believer, which in my opinion, the queen is definitely the believer of God of the universe, or your higher power. The one who is in awareness that the game is not about them, but the king they're supporting. See, they know the game is going to be challenging on this earth. And of course, mistakes are going to be made. But their thoughts are on a much higher plane of spirituality. Their thoughts is of God of the universe. See, the queen or the believer knows that the fight is on between good and evil, and not pawns, man. And the queen believer has a destiny to accomplish, and that is to make sure the king they chooses is a winner. The question you have to ask yourself is, which side of the board are you on? And which king are you fighting for? See, in today's society, I think most people fail to realize that we are fighting a spiritual battle here. Not just a racial or political, but a spiritual battle here. And the attack is on its highest. But most people can only see the chess board. See, me personally, and I'm just thinking outside the box here, If I was your opposing opponent or an enemy that was trying to defeat you, the first thing I would probably do is give you the illusion that you are winning, when I really know you are losing. Sure, hey, I will let you win a few battles just to let you think you got one over me. But the victory of the war, the final destination, that is what I would be after. That will cost you everything. And as long as I have convinced you that you are winning, hey, wait until my final move. I will win. Close up the chessboard. Hey, game over. My friends, the fight is truly on. But what you have to realize, like in the movie I mentioned earlier, the fight is really between the angel and the devil. I don't know if you guys caught that at the beginning of the story or at the beginning of the podcast. The fight is really between the angel and the devil. The character is just an innocent bystander who is being conflicted by the two higher powers than himself. In the chess game, the distractions are to detour you from what is really going on here. The war is really between the two kings. In the end, when it is time to put the game away, hey, which king were you under when the game ended? Hey, that's something really to think about and consider. My listening friends, this is just an ideal representation of my beliefs, and I am not trying to force them on anyone. Everyone, and I do mean everyone, is given a life, and we all get to choose what we believe and what rules we live by. However, I have been through a lot of different experiences in my life. And what I have come to understand is I personally prefer to believe and accept the fact that all of us as human or as the human race are very fragile with large egos but magnificently well put together creatures. See, we all possess some level of intelligence and a capacity to love, forgive, and support each other when the essence of the spirit to do so is tapped into. However, and this is just my opinion, I also am aware that this life and all that it references to is much, much bigger than my understanding can comprehend. And with that being said, I personally feel that I have to be open-minded and be spiritually inclined, tuned into the true war that is going on, and not to be so conflicted with the war that is going on in myself. Because if I do everything possible, which is just to love God above everything else and love my fellow man as myself, hey, I am on the winning side of the chessboard, and the devil's voice that is on my shoulder, like the movie, is not so influential. Sure, I have no doubt I've already experienced it. I will lose some battles, but I am going for the winning of the war. Hey, my listeners, are you in? Please come fight with me and not against me. Because, trust me, the fight is on. And the war that goes on inside of us as individuals or with each other, hey, take it from me. They are no comparison to the spiritual war that is going on over us. Please come fight on the winning team. Well, that's it for episode 2, season 8. Hey, please visit my website, The Overcomers on Relapse Lounge. It is listed on the screen. And also feel free to post on the blog, share thoughts, and also feel free to chat. Contact information is on there also, along with a lot of great music. Hey, also, don't forget, come join us on my Facebook group called Overcomers of Relapse Lounge. Hey, I'm telling you, we have a lot of great inspiring posts, and we're talking about some wonderful, wonderful people to hang around and chat with. And just keep in mind, please listen and check out the Ask These segments on YouTube. Hey, feel free. Let me know your opinions and thoughts. And also if you would like to be a guest on the podcast. Thanks again for joining me. Talk with you all again very soon. Take care of yourselves out there. Bye-bye.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage for the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Here we go. No. Said I'll never do it again. No. Man, I slept. No. Said I'll never do it again. No. Well. No. Said I'll never do it again. No. Man, I'm tired of this shit. No. Said I'll never do it again. No. Man, it's the detox. No. Said I'll never do it again. No. Said I would never do it again. No. Said I'll never do it again. No. I'm so tired of this shit. No. Emily said I'll never do it again. Emily, no. Relapse, no. I did it again. No. Said I'll never do it again. No. Oh, well, start over again. I'm going back to relapse. I'm going back to relapse.